Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you are watching this broadcast. Welcome to the S.I.M Factor. I am Tanja E. Withers, your host. Today's subject: what is your weakness? A lot of us singles do not like to talk about that subject, at least not publicly. But the fact of the matter is, we do have weaknesses. The weakness part and acknowledging it is part of the self-analysis that I've mentioned in the previous episode. This would be part of that evaluation. What are your weaknesses as a single person of Christ? What sets you off? What are the type of things that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that if you were in any of those predicaments, that it would make you fall from grace? That's the question that I'm posing. That's the part that I'm asking you all to discover. You don't have to acknowledge it publicly, but this should be a true analysis between you and God. What are your weaknesses? What type of music that you listen to? What type of music that you shouldn't listen to? Because you know that the moment you hear it, you just want to jump into bed with somebody. I'm just saying. What are you actually watching on TV? Do you know that there's certain things that your flesh may not be able to handle? That there's certain things that you're not able to watch because the moment you watch it, it triggers something in you? A thought usually leads to other things. It all begins with a thought. That's why we as single people of Christ, we have to protect the eye gate. We have to protect the ear gate. We have to constantly not put ourselves in uncompromising situations that would prevent us from falling from grace. I'll take it one step further. Are you still contacting that particular individual? You know the one I'm talking about. The one that really gets your flesh going just from the moment you see them? Do you still have that person's phone number? Why have you not deleted it? That's part of your weakness. Places that you used to go, do you still go there? And if you don't go there anymore, and you just so happen to pass them by, do the memories come back and then it takes you back to a place that you know God has delivered you from? These are the type of questions that you should be asking yourselves to find out what is truly your weakness. For example, we are overcome by our testimonies, right? I am a complete and utter old school R&B junkie. Anybody who knows me and knows me well knows that. And especially as oftentimes I will post those type of music on my Facebook page. Everybody who knows me knows old school R&B, that's my thing. However, there's certain songs I just can't listen to because it sends a trigger in me. And it will bring me back to a place where I have no business going. And therefore, it'll take me back to that place. And then if I'm not careful, it's going to lead me to want to desire my flesh, which ultimately would lead to masturbation, because I currently don't have a partner right now or anybody in the running in my face right now. So now, mind you, I can honestly say I have been delivered from masturbation recently, but I have been delivered. So I'm not going to put myself in an uncompromising situation that's going to lead me back to the very thing that God has delivered me from. So I know that there's certain songs that I cannot listen to because that is my weakness. A couple of men that I was once involved with, I don't even speak to them, don't even acknowledge their existence anymore. Why? They were a weakness. And if it's the very thing that God has delivered me from, why am I going to be crazy enough to go back to the very thing that God has delivered me from? That's pretty much like insanity. You know, doing the same things over and over again, but expecting different results. Yeah, that type of thing. So I just wanted to pose this question to you for you to take a long look at yourselves and truly discover once and for all, what are your weaknesses? And honestly, overcome them. Through fasting, through prayer, by constantly getting before God's face in prayer, and having people, and I mean true people of God, praying for you, encouraging you, surrounding yourself with good people who is there to uplift you and not to tear you down. These are the most awesome things that one as a Christian single should have in their lives to help them to get to that place of the next level, to obtain the godly mate that they so desire. I know I do. So I wanted to pose that question to you. What are your weaknesses? But I will leave you with the scripture though. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. I think it's a wonderful one. And it says, "And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, and for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me." That's 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. And I want to pose that question to you all today. Something for you to ponder over. Because I like to throw questions that makes you think. What are your weaknesses? Seek the Lord on that. That's the best advice I can give. So until next time, I always say in parting, it's not the quantity of what you do, but it is the quality of how you do it. May God bless you and keep you. And until next time, tune in to the S.I.M Factor. Bye-bye.